It's game time, all right? 2022. We're already done with 5 days of the year, dude. 360 days left. Oh
Dang.
my
Oh my
gosh.
God. When you put it that way.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to Hawaii Trading Academy. This is Glenn. We got Reed over there. We
Was it?
are co-founders of Hawaii Trading Academy, where we create and cultivate traders to learn to build wealth in the market. So by we do that by providing a platform for you guys to communicate, a platform for you guys to learn, ask us questions. We allow you guys to reach us easily. We want to be available. We provide courses, these weekly calls, these mentorships. We do a thing at the end of the month called Coffee and Charts. And so talk about anything and everything market related. And of course, we are traders ourselves. We're not just teachers.
We also have our own private community. It's free to join. It's called Mighty Net, or off of the platform Mighty Networks, but we have our own Mighty Network community. It's called Hawaii Trading Academy on that network. It's free to join. Always hit us up. Links are in these videos as well. So we also provide a lot more information in that network.
Yeah. And we're excited for tonight. Tonight is going to be the first call of the year when it comes to our trading topic calls. Originally, it was Trading Topic Tuesdays, but schedules, life happens. But we'll still keep a trading call once a week for you guys. And tonight's topic is gonna be great. I feel like it's gonna be a great momentum starter, kickstarter for you guys because we're gonna be talking about intentions, targets, goals, and the point of that is to get you guys back into action from the nice little break, whether you were on vacation or just lounging out in your Santa suit and your socks and just drinking hot cocoa all the time. I know it's been rainy over here and cold. It's been nice and cool in Hawaii, man. I'll tell you
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes, sir.
But we're gonna take the Santa put the Santa suit back in the closet, guys. Shape. We got the shirts on. It's game time, all right. 2022. We're already done with 5 days of the year, dude. 360 days left. Oh
Dang.
my
Oh my
gosh.
God. When you put it that way,
All right.
I feel like we're behind.
We're starting. This call is
Let's get
starting
it.
up. The coaching is starting right now, bruh. So the way we're gonna play this out is, I'm gonna be sharing my screen, and please, if you guys are rewatching this, get the notebook out, get a little pen and paper, or if you like, you type it on the phone, screen record it, whatever. Um, we advise you guys to take notes because when you put the pen to the pad and start writing, it does some magic in your brain, and you learn better. Absorb it. I'm not just spitting fluff here. It's been scientifically proven. I do not know what the source is, but I know it's true. Okay, it works. It works. So with that being said,
Neuroplasticity.
yeah, the NLP, right? NLP.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can see that, right?
Yes,
Got
sir.
this cool slide deck for you guys, man. It's cool. So targets and goals, it goes hand in hand with intentions, and I put at the bottom here. One of our mentors said this: money will not be an issue this year. You know, and that maybe if you're writing notes, put that down right now at the top of the page. Money will not be an issue this year, and so if however your 2021 went, or even 2020, I know 2020 hasn't been the best. 2021 is somewhat of a recovery year. Some people I know, it's been their best year, and fortunately for my wife and I, it's been our best year ever. So with that being said, guys, I want to come here, and my commitment to you guys is showing you like, hey, a lot of this stuff that's around us and keeping us from hitting our goals and targets, our intentions, it's all in here, dude. It's all in here. Let's fix here. Why? Because when you fix here, your trading is gonna get better. Plain
Not
and
only your
simple.
trading, not only your trading,
Not only trading,
life.
your
Your
life will be
life
better.
is like Glenn said, it starts in your mind.
Absolutely. And you're gonna be smiling a bit more. You're gonna be more joyful. You're not gonna be irritated, dude. Just save a few years of your life because you're not stressing. It all starts in here, and we wanna just focus tonight with targets, intentions, and goals, and go off of that and build on that, right? Because these are the things for me. I haven't been taught this in school growing up. You know,
Ah,
I don't know if that was a class for you, Reed.
no, it's not a common thing to be taught in school, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. How do
and
you test for something like that?
A, B, or
Life is
C.
the test, right?
Life is a test. It's. I think it's someone put it well. Like life is like the biggest teacher, right?
Yeah. Amen. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So goal setting and task performance. So I started off this slide deck with a study by this professor, Professor Locke, back in 1968. Now this was before Google, before Wikipedia, guys. Okay, this guy had to go and actually do the research, the whole thing scientifically using the scientific method. And goal setting is a cognitive concept. A goal is what the individual is trying to accomplish, the object, aim, or aim of action. And what I wanted to pull from his study was I'm reading just quoting from the article. I didn't post it on the slide deck, but he put one of their conclusions he found was that 99 of 110 studies, it did 110 studies, but 99 of them found that specific hard goals produce better performance than medium or easy. Do your best or no goals. Meaning, when these 99 people or 110 people, they set goals for themselves. So 99 of them set real hard goals for themselves compared to the people who's like, I'm just going to make it a goal to show up. I'm just going to make a goal to clock in or make it a goal to have perfect attendance or whatever. And it just represents that 99 of them were able to achieve a higher goal that they set. And that was kind of eye-opening to me because, like it just talks about people, like the way that we think, the way that we're kind of taught, right? Like a lot of people don't write goals down to begin with, right? So they're almost like winging life in a
Yeah.
way, right? If you're trying to get to a destination, if you're on a road trip you've never been, right? You've never been on a road trip, and you're just trying to get to your destination, and you're in the middle of Montana, and you have no GPS. Like, what are the chances of you getting lost? It's very big, right? Same thing with goals. If you aren't writing the goals down at least once or twice a day, okay, this is your GPS, all right? You can, so you tell Siri, yo, Siri, take me to the west coast. Here's somewhere in the middle of Montana. She's gonna tell you where, right? But you still gotta get on the gas. You gotta get out of the park. So that's the next thing. That's the action. Your intention was to be like, hey, I want to get to my next destination. Okay, cool. Now you gotta go write the goals. Enter your GPS. Then you gotta go and actually do the thing or proceed to your next destination. And so this is kind of setting up the foundation of what tonight's topic is going to be about. It's goals, it's target setting, right? And so this study kind of just brings it back to of like, hey, this is what was discovered back in 1968, and it just shows like, hey, people, it's a thing with people. Not everyone does it, but he found, conclusion was that he did find that people perform better when they wrote down their goals. So the goal of a definition, I like to use definitions. The goal is the end toward which effort is directed, right? You have a goal, an object. You have the ending conclusion. Target is an objective or a result toward which the efforts are directed. So you have where you're at now. You have your goal, right? Hey, I want to be a profitable trader this year. That's a goal. Perfectly fine. Okay, in order for you to be a profitable trader, What does it take? What's your targets? Yeah, I need to journal. I need to stay disciplined. I need an edge. I need to follow my system. I need to uh, abide within my rules. Or if you don't even have those, then it's like mini targets underneath those main targets, right? And so you gotta understand where you're at right now. Intention is greater than method. Coming from my mentor Uncle G, intention is greater than method. A lot of people I know, or I kind of used to be like this. Like it has to be, everything has to be perfect. Stars need to align in order for me to begin.
So yeah, you were looking for almost perfection, right? Then the progress get there.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a fine line. Like if you're applying this to trading, I'm not saying go ahead and just trade the market every single move because your intention is to go make money. You have to still, be smart. You still have to manage your risk. You still got to learn how to survive the game and all that. But you do need to have an intention, because when you're just sitting back and you're planning out the perfect trade and you're setting all of these different boundaries and rules because you want this trade to be perfect, your entry is going to be perfect, you will probably miss the whole move because the market is
Not perfect.
isn't perfect, bro. When it does show, perfect setups, I start questioning. I'm like, is this a setup, man? Is this
Is
a
this a trap? Is this a bear trap, bull trap? What's going on here?
yeah.
It's too beautiful.
Yeah, this is the perfect heads and shoulders. What? The market's like, dude, here, come take some money. Take some money, yo.
And from our experience, there's at least 2 to 3 trades. Like I want to say 99% of chance, 2 to 3 trades that are just perfect. It's going to be throughout the year, not month or week, but throughout the year. And that's the cool thing about probabilities is those 3 trades could happen all in 1 month. It could happen in all 1 week, even a day. But we don't know that. That's why we trade. It's probabilities. We're looking at a probabilistic model, not a guaranteed model, right? So an
Oh,
edge.
that's a really good point. I was just rereading The Unknown Market Wizards from Jack Schwager, and one of the solid market wizards, the new market wizards, who's talking about his year is made by a handful of trades.
Mm.
At a He's operating at a pro level now. Like this guy is making a bunch of money, and he still was sharing exactly what Reed said. You want to be available for the handful of trades that's gonna really. It could be perfect in your book. I don't know, but that's gonna be the ones that's gonna make your money, make your portfolio at the end of the year.
And just coming on, continuing off of this topic to really put in the point, Turtle Traders. It's a really great story behind him. I don't want to dive into it too much, but check out Turtle Traders. And in the story is basically the last few months or the entire year they were red. Only in the last 2 months they made it all back and more. So I mean, just get into the concept that traders actually lose most of the time, and it all comes down to mindset and it comes down to risk management. Those are the 2 main things. Just follow your edge, follow your plan. The rest will follow. So, I mean, just keep that in mind. Like, can we handle losing, you know, 10, 11 months out of the year and then finally make it in the last couple of months or even the last month? You make everything back. I mean, it's a wild ride. Some traders, Glenn and I, we pulled this in the past, is they've lost years in a row. And we're talking like $billion funds here. They've lost years in a row just to make 110, 120% the following year, 200% consecutively, So I mean, that's what's so beautiful about trading, in my opinion. It's a one beautiful aspect of it.
Mhm. Yes, yes. You have to be stick around for those winning days to come, yo.
Absolutely, yeah.
Write this down. You have to outlast the losing trading days. Boom, make that a goal.
It's a simple one. And how do you do that?
Dude, there's many
risk,
ways. Yeah.
risk management is
Yeah.
key. I
Risk
think that, like, to me, like, initially when you said that, is I thought risk management, but mindset first. You got to build that solid foundation. Otherwise, you're going to be greedy. You're going to have that fear. So you're always going to want to enter the market. Oh, Glenn's in a trade. I want to enter it because Glenn's in it. That's not how it works, man. Glenn and I have different trading plans, actually, or trading styles. So, and you guys will see that.
Yeah, and you guys gotta write another thing down. Like, hey, take your vitamins, right? You take all of the little pills and vitamins. Yes, take it, but you still need vitamin C and D. Consistency, discipline,
Yes,
consistency,
sir.
discipline, guys,
Yes, sir.
because that that coincides with what we're saying. Like, you gotta be able to be there when the opportunities are. You have to survive. You have to risk management. You have to be consistent. You have to be disciplined. You gotta learn how to not trade. Sit on your hands. You learn you gotta be patient. All these things, and these are all things we're gonna be going and sharing further down the line as we go over these trading topic calls. And yeah, that's something we're gonna be diving into. So we look forward to that. So bringing it back
Bring it
to
back. Bring it
intentions
back.
and goals. We're just excited. It's just exciting, man. We're just excited. So misconceptions of goal setting, right? These are common myths that I hear. Maybe you guys would hear. Um, so like myth number one, these are kind of the reasons why people don't write goals. To put it in plain perspective, I just need to make my goals smart, whatever that looks like, right? Um, Maybe they're super. They just need to be efficient or whatnot. Myth number two, goal setting is useless. It's a myth. People are just discouraged. Hey, it doesn't work. It's just unicorns and fairies, yo. Number three, I tried goal setting before and it doesn't work. Same thing, same as myth two. They just gave up, or they hit a goal. Another thing is like they probably set a goal and they hit it and it wasn't fulfilling, right? That's because you
Not
set the goal
hiding.
too small,
Yep, exactly.
right? It's like, oh, I'm gonna set my goal to put laundry away today, dude. It should be automatic, man. But don't make that a goal. Make that a task that you just got to do. It's like breathing. You got to do it, right? So, goal setting, and here's another thing with setting goals before and they're saying it doesn't work. Yes, it may be too low. It's not high enough. But yet people are going to say, "Oh, it's impossible. It's too high." Right? And they get discouraged. But kind of one of the I heard this one. This one kind of hit like people are afraid to set bigger goals for themselves because they're afraid of raising the bar on themselves. They're afraid if they do hit that goal, they cannot come back down to that original level and just, you know, shrink back down. They're gonna have to maintain that higher level, whatever that status is gonna be, right? If you are athlete, right, or a baseball player, and you're just hitting home runs, the whole world is gonna see it, and they're gonna expect you to go hit those home runs every game. Yes, it's the
Mhm.
pressure, but it's the only way you're able to go see your potential. Myth number four: I don't need I just need systems, not goals. That's something maybe like a engineer would say or something, huh?
Yeah. I want to say I've heard that before, but at the same time, um, not in real life. Yeah.
So number five: if I don't reach my goal, I'm a failure. No, 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 no.
This is a
Um,
big one.
yeah. I
This
mean,
is a big one.
you can share some experience if you want on this one, dude.
Uh, well, one thing like throughout this whole intentions and goal settings, I want to kind of like reel it back. So if I don't reach my goal, this is myth number five. If I don't reach my goal, I'm a failure. This is what a lot of people may believe or think of themselves. But I want to just put this into perspective. Let's say I put a goal for $10,000 a month, right? And To some that's a lot, to some that's a little bit. One person I talked to, I was like, $10,000 is a decent goal, and they're like, oh, $10,000, I could buy a maid, I could do this, I could do all that. It was this high for that person. So what I want to say is, like, if you set it, let's say 50K a month, right, and you don't hit 50K, but you're making 20K a month, are you really failing? To you, maybe, right? But look where you were at. If you were you making 20K before? If the answer was no, then you were not failing. So just bring it back down to a level. I mean, set a goal where it's out of your reach, but at the same, I mean, not out of your reach, but it pushes you, but it's not completely out of reach, and it's not completely impossible. You want to make it realistic and probable. So, and I think that's what's so another great aspect of trading is there's no cap here, guys. There's no cap on how much you can make. Vice versa, there is no cap on how much you can lose. So, you can lose all your account, and then you could add more and lose that. So you could
Double-edged
continuously.
sword.
But that's a whole nother webinar.
Yeah.
But let's just keep it back on track to, like, stop making excuses. That's what the myths are. Can you bring up the myths again, man? Like,
Pull it up.
in my mind, when I'm looking at those myths, I'm seeing excuses. If a person tells me, like, goal setting is useless, I'm like, you're just making an excuse, man. You don't want what? You don't want to pick up your pen and write? Like, why don't you write it? Or why don't you even type? Oh, I don't like writing. Okay, type it. Oh, I don't, like, people are always going to be making excuses. Don't let 2022 start off with an excuse. Oh, it's raining, it's cold, I'm not going to go to the gym, I'm not going to work out. Like, come on, man, suck it up, look yourself in the mirror and own it. Like, I just made an excuse. Look yourself in the mirror and say that, like, am I making an excuse? And then virtually slap yourself, and wake yourself up out of these goals. Like, I'm amped. Like, 2022 is amped read right here.
Yeah, it's Read 2.0. Watch out, guys. Watch out, world.
New year, new me. No, I'm just playing. Same me, just more same fire. But let's get it. Continuing on, myth number 6.
Number 6. I don't need to write down my goals. As Reed was saying, man, that's a form of lazy, yo. It doesn't cost any money. It takes a little bit of time. And then when you were talking about number 5, Reed, a big thing that comes to mind when you're talking about excuses was, this is a bonus for you guys, I don't have time.
Yeah.
Whew.
I'll be honest, I've said that to Glenn, but it's because I've not made the time, and I retrace. I'm like, I didn't make the time to do this task or something,
Yeah.
So it's just, we make the time for what we want to make time for, right? So
absolutely, yep. It's going where your priorities are, and step 1 is being aware that, like, yeah, you know what, that's the thing I need to do. That's the thing I do need to make time. Let me go reshuffle my schedule real quick.
There you go.
Right, and like going on to number 7, I don't need goals, dude. Like, fine, go ahead, you don't need goals. We're not saying it's an absolute requirement, like, but if you want to be successful, if you want to be better than you were last year, the year before, if you really want to be bigger and impact your community, you're gonna need goals, right? Like, I want to share, one of my goals is to be able to donate $1 million to my church.
Yes, sir.
It's a goal.
That's an awesome goal.
Why? I know that $1 million is gonna do way more than I'm gonna do with it. It's gonna reach so many people, maybe generations. Who knows, right? So that is a goal for mine, and the target for me is gonna be like, okay, I need to go raise my annual income in order for me to do that. In order for me to give $1 million, I did a little bit of math here. In order for me to give a charity $1 million, I would need to make $3 million. Why? Uncle Sam's gonna take a third. Yep. Plain and simple. And then all people are just be like, oh, I don't want to pay taxes. Dude, you gotta pay taxes, man. You live in America, you better pay your taxes, dude. Elon just paid, he probably set the Guinness Book of Records of paying taxes, huh?
Yeah. It's like, take a quick pause and see how much he paid in taxes.
Dude.
How much did Elon?
I know it has a B. A big B.
Billions.
Okay. Big B.
So for starters, Okay, well, this year, answer the question, 11 billion in taxes this year. I mean, to say like though some wealthiest people are only worth 11 billion is, I mean, it's mind-blowing to us who, so I mean, wow.
Woo! Because of him, he kept the U.S. government working a little bit extra longer. Like they're supposed to shut down a few years, a few months ago, whatnot. But he just added a few more days to the payroll, man.
That's pretty interesting fact right there, actually. That's a coffee topic right there. We'll
Yeah,
talk about that.
we'll talk about that. That's a good stat. 11
Yeah.
billion, dude. I would love to have that problem.
Yep.
So 5 mistakes people make with their goals. We kind of touched on it. Setting goals too low, right? Not pushing themselves. Underestimating what it takes to accomplish. Okay, if I want to if I want to make 6 figures trading this year, there's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work, right? It's going to be a lot of work on myself, a lot of discipline. I have to treat each trade more stricter than I would normally. I would have to be more disciplined, really question my decisions, right? And all these little actions is going to lead to me improving, you know. Number 3, people like to compete instead of dominate. So, for example, they set a goal. Oh, the Joneses next door, they're going Disneyland this year. Honey, you want to go Disneyland? No, no. Dude, go to like out of country. Go Dubai. Go Disney World. Go Disneyland in Italy. I don't know. Figure it out. Do something. Don't just follow the herd. Or you be like, yeah, we're gonna go Disneyland. I'm gonna pay that whole trip with my trading profits.
There you
Mm.
go. That's a good goal right there.
Winning. Winning. Number 4, underestimating how much adversity they need to overcome, and kind of coincides with number 2, right? People want to go, they go trigger happy with the goals this year. New year, new me, hit the gym, blah blah blah, right? After that first 2 weeks, it dies down. They shrink back to normal, and it's a mind thing, guys. I've freaking realized this. And it goes back to not even just staying healthy or eating. It goes back to our daily routines, our habits. We're gonna it takes longer than 2 weeks to make a new habit. I think it takes anywhere from 60 days, 90 days.
60 to
So,
90 is
right,
the science.
you gotta follow the actual evidence, and that's the perspective. You can't just you know what? I've been eating junk all holiday. I'm just gonna work out, right? I'm gonna feel better. No, you're gonna need more than that, dude. You're gonna need commitment. You're gonna need fortitude, resiliency. You're gonna get your butt beat all the time, get your face kicked in. But you know what? If you keep showing up, you are gonna be closer to your goals. Right. Number 5, goal is not big enough to be life changing. So that is another thing. It's too low. It's not life changing. It doesn't get you excited when you're writing your goals down. Okay, when you're writing it down, if you're not excited by it, if it doesn't scare you, it doesn't get hook, trigger any type of emotion, maybe it's the wrong goals. Be like, oh Glenn, I'm writing my goals down, but nothing's happening. Okay, show me your goals. And then what actions are you taking? Or even if this is going to be a significant change in your life, if you actually hit this goal, what will it change? How will it affect you? How will it be better for your family? How can you take care of your community, your family, your friends, your loved ones? What kind of goal will that be? And that's those are some similar mistakes, and you're gonna see it. Just watch people, watch yourself too first. You better hold yourself accountable before you go off and tell everybody else this, right? So goals, I've learned this from other mentors. They split goals into 3 categories. PPF, Personal, professional, financial. So just to give a description of each. Personal is like individual, family, marriage, relationships. Spiritual, personal. Professional is like career, business, entrepreneurship, collaborations, and then that's a different avenue of your life. Financial is like, hey, what kind of life would you like to live? What kind of impact, right? The donation to the church. Legacy, do you want the name on the building, right? The Hicks building. Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So those are three different things you could start off. If you've never written goals before, if you're just trying something new, start off and start visualizing. Okay, personal, professional, financial, right? They all work along with each other. So just to like kind of round this off, you got to go back to the root. Like, who are you? What's your mission, and how can you achieve it? Right? You gotta go back to what do you want to do? What do you want to get out of this year? And if you're starting your trading career, what do you want to get out of trading? How do you want to really remember this year, right? And so I put this little graphic here. Got this lady. She got the plank, and you have a gap between where she's at and the goal, the pile of money here. And so that plank represents knowledge and wisdom. Right? Without the no, without KNOW, it'll be no. And O. You need the knowledge and wisdom. You need to figure out, like, if you want to hit a goal, you have to learn about it. You have to learn why you want to do it, learn, and then start learning how to execute it, right? Because if not, if you don't have those things, then it's just going to be put off to the next year, or you're going to give up on it. You're not going to see any changes. And that's what's kind of what we want to help you guys. We're that plank. HTA is that plank. We got the knowledge. We got a little bit of wisdom. We can have more.
Always learning.
Always learn.
Always
We're always
open-minded.
learning. Same for us. Even though we're teaching, we're still learning ourselves all the time, dude.
Absolutely.
All the time. And we want to be advocates of that. Be a lifelong learner. Because even though we founded this group, dude, we have not reached a Jedi level. We're not Yoda, okay?
We're still Padawans.
Yeah. Young grasshopper.
Yeah.
On that note, guys, that wraps up the intention and goals for 2022. Please put some pen to the paper, put some rubber to the road, get your year started, make this your best year ever. And we want to be a part along with it. We want to go for the ride with you, man. Right?
Yeah.
The more the better. The more people, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. We look forward to helping anyone and everyone who's willing to learn, who's open-minded enough to learn. And we're more than willing to share everything, all our knowledge that we know, and we just want to see people succeed. And, going back to one of the goals is like collaborate or compete. And what is it? Compete. People compete.
Yeah,
they don't dominate.
Dominate, right.
Well, I've also heard this is, don't compete, collaborate. And that was, they go hand in hand, because I think they're both right in their sayings. And because what it means is like, hey, that group or people are doing this differently than I didn't ever think of. Instead of like trying to say like, oh, that's stupid or that's junk. How about you ask them questions, because questions creates growth, and then you bring that back and you only focus on you, and that's how you dominate. You're not thinking about, oh, they did this, they did that way. I'm going to take that little bit, like Glenn talked about, that knowledge and apply it to whatever it may be, and then apply it to your life, and then you dominate whatever that is, so, and it could be completely different niches. You could take something from a different industry and apply it to your industry, and maybe that's the way you dominate your niche. So but we're coming back to trading. So maybe there's an EMA out there, that you see Glenn trading or something and you like that, but you don't like another part of his trading. You could take that small piece and add it. Maybe you like patterns. I trade patterns. So you could take only that aspect. We're not setting like, hey, you need to trade like Glenn, you need to trade like Reed, you need to trade like HTA, or else you're not going to be part of this growing community. We want everyone and anyone, any traders specifically, to just come on board, share their knowledge, and we all grow together, right? So, and that's power of community. Trading is a lonely journey. It's a lonely journey. I would still be alone if it wasn't for Glenn here, man. So stoked, and we're stoked to welcome everyone a part of this circle, man. So
Man,
that being said, man, I'm fired up. Like I'm fired up for 2022, man.
This is gonna be a different thing, man. We want to bring the energy for you guys. We understand, like, hey, you might have a long day of work, but when you jump on these calls, we want you guys to be pumped up too, man.
Absolutely.
And so, because it drives us, it adds more fuel to us.
One last thing to say is you mentioned, like we could have a long day at work. Maybe like we're talking about set goals that are like, pushing you. Maybe like Glenn said, just showing up is probably the most difficult goal to do for you that day or that week, because some people, we'll talk about mental health issues, it's a big thing and it's kind of getting more out there on, being addressed. So like maybe the hard goal for you is actually putting away your laundry, like maybe for you, like you never know where you're at or where people are at. So just showing up could help elevate you, so I know like after I've had some long days, we come on these webinars and we just see people join it. Like there's that fire, that power of community and friendship and true trading love, it's there. So encouragement and just accountability, accountability. Glenn is not always happy, smiley, like, good job, Reed, good job, Reed, good job. And he's not a broken record. He's like, why'd you do that? Like we'll keep each other straight. So, I mean, that's what it's all about, being real, but being positive, so.
Positive, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Woo! Nothing but good vibes, man. This is
Sure.
been wonderful. I think hopefully you guys, I'm sure you guys will get value, but we're hoping to see results. We want to come back next year at this time and like we want to be able to be like, you know what? Yo, that's a different me back then. Beginning of 2022, that was an old Glenn. We had Glenn 3.0.
So, oh my goodness. So continue. Like we're wrapping this up, but
Yeah.
did you know that this is fun fact? Science, right? All our cells it has a lifespan of like over 7 years. Our entire body is new. So that means like who we were at 7 years old is completely different from 14 years old, 14 years old, 20. So every 7 years that our body ages, those cells change, mutate, grow, die off, and there's renewed cells. So we are literally physically, scientifically new, different people every 7 years. So if you want to even push your goals out to 7 years and see where you're at, literally you could say new year, new me,
Literally.
So I mean, it's amazing.
But I just learned something. Damn.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
nuts, huh?
Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing, man. Appreciate that. 7 years. I gotta figure out like, okay, when am I coming up on my 7 years now?
Yeah, so 2015, right? So 2015.
Oh,
It's
okay.
2022 now.
And then next is
We weren't the person we were from 2015 below. Literally completely different people.
Bro, that blew my mind. I wrote down. Pull this out, my friend.
Yeah. Pull out the record.
Okay. This. Check this out.
Okay.
I'm bringing it back to goal setting. This journal, I put my first entry. It's not 2015. It's 2017. But
Okay.
this was me starting to get a hang of writing my goals down. I wrote down in this journal. Let me go find that page, yo. Let me find that.
This is Glenn's red journal he's pulling up right now.
Legendary. No, you, you sparked that memory, dude. Sorry. Give me a few. I'm almost
No
there.
worries.
Give me a few.
I'll share too. In 2015, that's actually when I started my self-development journey. I read my first self-development book, and up to that point, up to 2015, I was told, oh, thinking happy thoughts is just woohoo magic. It's not real. But like now, like within 7 years, science is showing that no, it's actually, or maybe the science was there all along. It's just I wasn't exposed to it until 2015. And so I mean, that's when I started the journey.
I wrote I wrote in 2018. I don't know if you can see. 2018. I wrote one of my themes for that year was breaking boundaries, and then I put change
Like,
your reality. I didn't even know what the hell that meant for me at the time,
yeah.
right?
Would you say your realities
Hell
changed
yeah, dude!
18, 19, 20?
Absolutely,
That's
100.
only 4 years ago, that's not even 7. So imagine in the next 3 years where you're gonna be.
So 4 years ago, I
Amazing.
started writing the goals down, and I made it a practice, right? And you could see, like, it gets me excited because long term growth over the years, it just compounds. And
Yeah.
if you just keep these little actions up, right, just as simple as writing your goals down, your goals are going to change. Plain, it's like, it's going to change. But when you're writing it down and you just start building in that habit, you're going to look back just like as I did now, because you reminded me, Reed, the new year, 7 years. 4 years ago, dude, I totally changed my reality. Totally.
That's amazing, brother. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, like that. It's kind of like fitness journey. How do you know progress? Like you need to document it, even just for yourself. Start taking photos of yourself and
Yeah.
document for yourself, because you may not feel the results, but when you actually see those results, that it's mind blowing, and it's an inner fire that regrows. And you're doing that yourself by documenting it, and goals are the exact same way. So like I have books as well, like Glenn, and I've looked at, maybe if I haven't doing it as diligently as you with these goals, but I've wrote like to-do lists and things that I was working on and quotes I set, I wrote in my journals, just even a couple years ago. And it's just amazing to see, like, what, that was a goal, like that was so manini and it's so small compared to what I believe now. So it's just it's always good to look back, but we have to take the action and we have to document that process no matter what it is, and especially goal setting, and
Yeah.
save these journals. I know I personally have thrown away like 2 or 3 of these, until like only what, like I said, 2 years ago I started saving them, trying to like really want to see that growth in myself. And so it's
Yes.
always document, guys. It's great.
Save them.
Good to see
It
that.
kind of it brings it back a little bit of like just being humble, of gratitude, gratitude because you're
Absolutely.
documenting, you're writing your own story, man, and your journaling is those entries, those things, and even on the low days, write something down, right,
Yeah,
and from there you're gonna see growth, just as Reed and I have seen growth, growth,
absolutely.
growth. Woo! And on that
2022,
note,
the year
man,
of growth.
yeah, year of
Landed
growth.
there, yeah.
Yeah.
Year of growth.
Don't let the memes. I saw this meme going around 2020, and then they put TOO2, like a continuation
Oh
of
my
2020.
goodness gracious, man.
You don't want none of that.
We don't want none of that, man. Well, I mean, so 2021 was an amazing year for you guys. I'm freaking proud of you guys. 2020, year of the pandemic, biggest year for Mary and I. So I mean,
Bro,
don't
windy.
let the world and Glenn touched on it, don't let the world circumstances or even the world just influence what you are doing. Focus on you guys.
Mm.
Be the year of growth. And I mean, like, we'll go on forever off
Yeah,
this, so
yeah.
we'll just stop it.
Just end. We'll end it on
End it
that
here,
note,
man.
guys. I
End
mean,
it on that note.
yeah, you wanna create your best year, and it's in the future, not in the past. All right. So on that note, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you, guys. Please join us for our weekly calls. I think we may be shifting the schedule around. Please keep up with the Mighty Networks. We'll post the updates there or in the emails as well. So on that note, you guys have a wonderful week. Happy trading.
Trading safe, trade safe.